Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another recap. So recently, BET Plus just dropped this new series show called I Got a Story to Tell, and boy, did they have a story to tell. I'm going to be breaking this down. I'm doing it by episodes, because it was intense, the first two episodes, okay? So today we have the recap of Season 1, Series 1, Episode 1 with Before I Let You Go. Or Before I Go, Before I Let You Go, yeah, So, it starts off with these three girls. They're sitting in the backyard somewhere, having a drink, talking about how they caught their man cheating and whatnot. So it goes by Kaz, Tammy, and Candy. They're sitting there having a drink. One of the friends, I think, is Tammy. She's talking about how she caught her man cheating. And then Kaz was like, let me tell you about this story. About this girl named Shantae. So we get into it. So we have Shantae. She's a wife. She's played by they got a good list of characters in this show. So we have Shantae. She's played by April Jones. We have Tammy Rivera. She plays Shantae's best friend Bree. And Shantae is this good housewife, and she has this husband named Evan, played by Andrea Fuller, who works this job, but they don't really get into what he do, but whatever, he always dressed in a suit or whatnot. And right now, Shantae doesn't have a job. So basically, she caters to every beck and call that Evan lists out for her. So basically, he has like this itinerary of things that she's supposed to do every day. Supposed to cook his meals a certain way. Just supposed to do everything he demands from her. Like, basically, like she is a child, but she a whole adult. So one day she cooks him his food. She greets him at the door. She takes off his jacket, and she tries to help him undo his tie and shirt, but that's always an issue for her. So he was like, I got it. So she goes to sit him down with his food, and she starts to enjoy her food. And before giving him his food, she prepared it, I guess, precisely how he wanted it. So she goes to ask him, how's your food? And he takes a bite or two and was like, it's a bit salty. And he asks her, did you follow the directions of how much salt intake I told you to add? And then it does a backtrack of how much salt she added. And she did it to a T. So he had to add to behind that. So he ends up leaving and saying, I'm not hungry anymore. So after, I guess, she cleaned up the kitchen, whatever, she goes to see him in the bathroom, right? With the door was ajar a little bit, and he's standing there with his phone, about to get in the shower, but he's laughing at a text message he receives, like, and she's like, what's that all about? So, whatever, she lets him put his phone down. He gets in the shower. She's standing there watching him in the doorway. Once he's in, she goes into the bathroom quietly. She goes to look at his phone, and it says Simon. And then she sees another picture of supposed to be of a guy, I guess. And she's thinking her husband is gay. So she doesn't let her put it past her. She just gathers the evidence in her head and puts his phone back down. Then she gets in the shower with him. So she starts washing his back and stuff like that. And then, it turned into, I guess, a whole washing makeup scene. So they get out the shower. She throws him on the bed, trying to seduce him to get him into the mood. So she starts thinking in her head, like, moves to, like, see if he's really into guys, or is he going to get turned on by her? So, long story short, no. She was about to go down on him, and he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm about tired. So she got up off of him. They went to sleep. They woke up the next morning. He got up before she did. But I think she was already up. You know, women sense things, so they just lay there and think the coast is clear, and then whatever. So he's going through his, he got dressed, whatever. He's looking for his phone and stuff. He got that in his pocket. He goes to the dresser drawer, and he puts something in there, and then he walks away. And then you see her open her eyes, and she's like, So later on that day, she cooks his meal or whatever the case may be. And she insists that, you know, her friend comes over, Bree, and she starts telling her how her man is no good. And Shantae basically trying to stay and make the marriage work because she also told Bree about her suspicions and what her findings was so far. And Bree, I guess, Shantae took it into consideration, but she's still trying to focus on making her relationship work with her husband. And I guess Bree wasn't trying to hear that, so eventually she says she's leaving, and she leaves. So then Shantae, she sets up this nice dinner, whatever the case may be. And she puts on this nice lingerie, and she gives him a choice, like, why he comes in and stuff like that. He was like, we need to talk. And Evan was like, can we do this after we eat dinner? She was like, no, you can wait. Have a seat. So basically, she told him, like, listen, I feel like we need to add some flame back into our marriage and to our relationship. So I'm thinking, I'm giving you this option and choice to go out, find another woman that you like, and, you know, bring it back to the bedroom, spice it up a little bit. So he agreed. And then she gets up and was like, listen, you can eat. So later on that same night, I believe, or the next day or two, they get up and get dressed and go to the bar. They decided to, she gave him a rundown what they should do. They decided to change names. She's going to be Alize and he's going to be Jerome. So she's asking him what type of girl you like. And he was like, listen, I only want you. Whatever. If that was the case, y'all would have been doing what y'all doing. But anyways, so she picks out two girls. He didn't like them. One because of the fashion sense, and the other one, I guess, he just wasn't well done to his type. So in walks this girl. She has on this two-piece black and silver bejeweled, whatever type two-piece outfit. And Shantae, she could sense in her mind that he was fixated on her when she walked through the door. So eventually the girl came and sit down somewhere in the club or whatever case it be. And he was like, what about this girl? She was like, the one in the back? He was like, yeah, the one in all black. Yeah. So he's like, she was like, go talk to her. He gets up and go talk to her. Come to find out, she didn't even say what her name was, but her name is Simone. And, you know, eventually Simone agreed to get down with them. So they started having drinks, having fun, dance, whatever the case would be. They went back to their place and they just started to do the do. So eventually, Shantae, she noticed that he was more intrigued with Simone than he was with his own wife. So she now put two and two together. She was like, the Simon person in his phone was actually Simone, which was her. So basically, she caught him doing his side piece in front of her in his own house. Like, so once they finished doing what they was doing, Shantae, I guess when it was come time to, like, because she was somewhere, Evan was doing Simone on the bed while Shantae was down towards where his feet was, and she ended up sliding off the bed, and she happens to look at his phone or whatever. Oh, goes into her wallet, Simone's wallet, while I was on the floor, and she sees the ID and everything, and then she put two and two together. She was like, Simon is really Simone. He's not gay. He been cheating on her this whole entire time. So Shantae makes her way back to the bed, and I guess she was trying to, touch on Simone, try to give her a kiss. Next thing you know, Simone was choking her to death. Like, eventually Evan stopped it, and she was like, I don't know what came over me. I was just lost it for a moment. And then Shantae gets up and leaves. So the next day, and it so happens to be Evan's birthday, and Shantae has this surprise planned for him. She gave him a gift. I guess he has something like a Apple product, whatever the case may be. And he was like, oh, you remembered? Of course. So there's a little lovey-dovey moment. She was like, listen, I'm going to need for you to get back home a little bit early tonight because I got some other stuff planned for you. He was like, that I can do for you. And so basically, she set up. So now it's the afternoon time of his birthday. So she now set up all these things in the kitchen area at the dining table for him. And she listed out, basically kind of like a scavenger hunt. So she's at the hideaway place that she's supposed to be in. So she set out these clues for him. So he used to read each card, and she asked him, this is what happened. If you remember where we first met, go to that place and find the next clue. So eventually he gets to the place. I guess they met at a hardware shop. And she said, when you find the next clue, then they'll tell you where to meet me at. So, and then there will be an Uber outside. So he gets to the hardware store, and he finds the next clue. He reads the card. He was like, pick up all the items that we bought that day. And then there's an Uber outside, and it's going to take you to where I'm at. So he does all that stuff. He gets to the Uber. He goes to this place, and it's this nice house, and he walks in with all the stuff. The Uber leaves, and he goes and calls Shantae's name. She is nowhere to be found, but she has put up all these little light candles or rose petals all over the place, and he's basically combing his way through the house. He gets to this place where I guess there's a room or something, and I'm surprised. Oh, because he didn't get to go walk through that way to see it. So basically, he ended up finding her somewhere downstairs, and she's dressed in this nice lingerie, hair pinned up and everything, flowers everywhere. She was like, you like what you see? He was like, yes, I do. So they greet each other, and then she puts a blindfold on him, and then walks him back upstairs and into this room that has like a half, hold on, has like this half-hearted tea candles on the floor with rose petals, and there's a chair there. So she puts this blindfold on him and has him sit down in the seat. So she starts telling him she starts telling him something, I forgot. But he's still blindfolded, and she was like, I'm eventually show you what I got. So as he's about to take off her blindfold, I guess she has him count to a certain number and has him take off his blindfold. When he takes off the blindfold, there's two girls standing on the side of her, and she was like, do you love them or do you love me? He was like, I love you. He was like, I don't care about these broads. Next you know, bang bang, she shoots both of them, and they fall to the ground. And then she flipped the script on him. She was like, listen, there is no divorce. You're not giving up on me that easy. Like, what was all this for? Like, you did the most. And then next you know, she pulls Simone out of the closet tied up and was like, listen, do you love her? And he was like, no, I do not care about her. Like, you're going to go away for murder. There is no divorce. There's no this. There's no this. There's no this. And next thing you know, she shoots her too. And he falls out the seat to where Simone is, like, crying, like, and you always sees her blood rushing down. He was like, listen, you're going to do as I say. You're going to go to jail for murder because this is your gun. I'm mad you bought her this house. You've been giving her money all this time. And you've been screwing her behind my back all this time. And here I am supposed to be this good wife to you. And you did me dirty. So, what did he do? He abided by what she said. He cleaned up the house and stuff. And he went to go bury her body. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She put up with so much stuff. And enough was enough. Before I let you go, ain't nobody can have you. We gonna nip this in the bud. It's me and you forever. Like, I was not expecting that to be how it turned out to be. I thought that she was going to end up killing him. But come to find out, she found 3 other mistresses he was doing on the side while married to her. And he was treating her like crap. He was mad at her because she didn't have no job. Maybe she just lost her job. And, like, you didn't give her enough time to, get her stuff together. But you still want her to do everything that you want at your beck and call. Yeah, that was twisted, but I enjoyed every minute of it. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this recap of episode 1. Before I let you go, it's a new series they have on BET Plus. I got a story to tell. So, with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.